Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Dwell Well podcast. I'm Heather.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Kate. Join us each week when we uncover a new secret of the home industry. When it comes to buying, selling, staging, styling, or organizing your home, nothing is too taboo if it matters to you. On this episode of the Dwell Well podcast, we get spooky because it's spooky season. We talk about what it takes to sell a haunted house. So come on in, grab a seat and a mimosa. It's time to dwell well. That's like super like
is that
voyeurism
really,
stuff.
Is that really your middle name?
Okay, so yes.
So I'm like, that's like my thing. I like to make up middle, like Maddie's best friend, her name's Ainsley. And so I always call her Ainsley Jane, but I think her middle name's actually Ainsley Kate.
Do you seriously have your cocaine legit
no,
again?
We're not doing that.
I'm not talking about cocaine. This is my thing.
Okay.
It's like my little
cool.
It keeps me
Keeps you grounded.
It keeps me grounded through the day so I can get through all.
You know what you really need?
Get through all the Grand
An
Canyons of
emotional
life.
support animal. And then we could like
a little doggy you carry around in a
Are
purse.
you two fucking kidding me?
No, but like you
I
could
had
have
one.
You could have a monkey.
No,
I
they do
had
not emotionally support you.
Stop.
I
They make you
had a little
crazy.
doggy.
You could have a monkey and
I
it
would
could
love
throw
a monkey.
poop.
I'd love a monkey.
God.
I've had a monkey throw poop at me before.
We should get a
And
monkey.
Did you know that monkeys masturbate?
Oh
And
my
I've
God.
seen it.
I don't want to talk about this
Can you
part.
bring a monkey in so we can play with it?
How do you can you really have a pet monkey?
Yeah, people do.
You have
I
to
feel
get like a
there's
license.
hoops that you have to jump through for that.
Surely,
It's
like
not just like
You
go
don't
grab
have
a-
to get it from the circus. Sorry,
That's
that was my
not what
mom
I
joke
meant.
for today.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good mom joke. Yes, that was.
yeah. No, this goes
you can have
everywhere
an
with me.
emotional support anything.
But this goes with me everywhere. This isn't just for here.
Okay.
Like I carry this all day.
I know, but you can bring your emotional support monkey everywhere too.
Okay. Can we expense that under embellished?
Oh. I feel like
Could
we
be
would.
your- I mean, that would make you stand out from the crowd for sure.
I don't think I, need
mean-
a monkey to do that.
Well-
should have a monkey on our shoulder when we show up at jobs. This is our third person that you paid for.
You're paying $200 an hour for this fucker.
we send him up the tree to put the topper on. He's like,
going.
"Oh, oh, oh."
And he puts the star. We wouldn't need a ladder. Think of the logistics that would save us.
I think that this might work. We should explore this. Let's table this and talk about it at another time.
I'm trying to imagine
put
what
a
would go
pin.
through my head if I hired someone to do something and then they showed up at my house and had a monkey. I'm trying to figure out like would I be excited? Would I be weirded out? Would I be like, oh my gosh, what a cute monkey? Like I don't even know what my response would be to that.
I think it depends on how well behaved the monkey is. Like if he shows up at the door and he's got a
Like a
piece of
hat?
poop in his hand and he's
Oh.
ready to throw it at you,
Yeah,
then
that
you're
would be
like,
a no.
I'm done.
But what if he's like wearing a hat?
And
And
he's
like
he's like bows his hat at you
a
and
little
he just
tip?
sits there and he crosses his little hands and he's like, look how well behaved I am as a little monkey.
And then when you turn around, he throws shit at you. Bam, bam, bam.
This has to be one of our weirdest conversations
The
we've had so
sneak
far.
attack.
This is a very odd beginning.
Is it better than
What is
butts and
happening with you
coffee?
guys?
Butts and coffee.
I had a butt in my coffee this morning. I'm sorry.
Like I said, you got a good piece of ass. That's good. We
it-
started the day out
The
right.
day is always better if you
With a
start it
good
with a
piece of
good piece of ass. Nobody can deny
It
morning
was
sex.
tasty too.
Mornings.
Tasty.
Morning
oh my gosh.
sex is always the best sex.
I didn't go there. I just had a
No.
butt in my coffee.
You just said that the ass is tasty, so that's your thing? Like Mark's into like a little
There she goes with her noises again.
butt play?
Okay.
He's not even in town right now, so I won't get into that one.
I'm gonna have to reel you people back in. I can already tell.
Okay, reel us in.
I mean,
Reel-
I don't
it all
even know
started because y'all
how.
were making fun of my.
Okay, but back to
Mm.
what you said before we started.
Which
What
one?
did you call me?
Heather Marie.
That is so bizarre.
And I really didn't. We've never talked about
That
it.
is my middle name from
Like
when I was
given.
born, my given middle name. And then when I got married, I never liked it. So then when I got married, I
Why?
dropped the Marie and just kept my maiden name. As
See,
my
I just
middle
keep
name.
stacking them. I'm gonna see how long I can make my name.
Yeah. Heather Marie just sounded sounded boring or something. You know, I never liked it.
I gotta say, I think you need to get the mic closer to your mouth.
Oh.
Sorry, because I can't hear you real well.
How's that?
Better.
I can't hear anyone, and
so, but I always
exactly how I like it.
I like to pretend I know people's names or give them Ainsley is Ainsley Jane, but her name's really Ainsley Kate.
What is my middle name?
Na, 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 na. Na, na. You stumped her.
What do I want it to be, or
No,
what is it really?
What is it?
It doesn't really matter what it is.
Okay, what do you want it to be?
So we go by Carissa and Kareem. She's Kareem when she's being not productive because she's got this weird hoodie she wears and
I've heard Carissa before.
Carissa.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've heard and seen that many times.
Carissa. Yeah. Carissa Lane.
Lane.
Mm-hmm.
What about Kate? What would my middle name be if my name was Kate?
Anne.
No.
Caitlin Anne.
Not Caitlin. Kate.
It is Caitlin, but
I know, but it's Carissa.
Okay. I'm going to let you think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. We actually have a write-in today.
Oh, good.
And
let's go.
I'm really happy that this came in. So we recorded.
Should really be Katie Jane, but go ahead.
We recorded a few episodes the last time we were here that haven't been aired yet, but we're going to stop all production
Bum, bum, bum.
and do this one today.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to make this one go live next week because it's spooky season.
Oh,
I love Halloween.
And this is a spooky one. And so we're going to everything else is going to switch all around because we got a spooky write-in.
Okay, let's do it.
So this is our Halloween episode.
It's not some the interest rates are scary. It's not like that, is it?
Maybe.
That's stupid.
I don't know.
I'm sick of hearing
We
it.
need, I'm going to need someone to figure out how to do lightning effects in this episode with the video.
I feel like you just did them.
Like a filter that
Oh, I'm out on that.
That would be so cool.
I'm out.
Okay, what's the question?
Why are we making sex noises?
I did not get that as a sex noise. I was thinking
the bed,
a creaky skeleton or something.
Oh, I thought that was the bed
Your brain is in the wrong place
I think
today.
after the question, I just have a request that we talk about whether we've ever seen any ghosts and or what really freaks you out.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I love it.
I do.
I love it.
Okay.
And I think this is actually going to play very well into that conversation.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's go ahead.
Are we listening now?
You're listening.
Okay.
Put your listening ears on.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Turn them up.
Such
I'm
a
here.
mom thing.
Okay.
Focused.
This is from Haunted in Heath.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
There it is.
Dear Dwelly, my husband and I bought a house in Heath about a year ago. We thought we hit the jackpot because it had been on the market for over 9 months. So the seller was super motivated and we got a great deal. It wasn't our dream home, but we knew we could make it amazing. Well, the seller's agent disclosed that the previous homeowner died in the home.
I just got goosebumps.
Come to find out, it was a murder-suicide.
Oh.
We thought it was sad, but moved forward with our new home. Well, here we are, living in hell. All kinds of weird stuff started happening the moment we moved in. Lights turning on and off, items being moved or thrown to the ground. Our dog is constantly barking at something that is seemingly not there. We have to get out of here.
I'm already creeped out.
I am too.
Do we have to disclose what we know about the previous owner? Do we need to disclose the haunting? How do we sell our haunted house?
So, real quick, because there are rules about what you have to disclose and not. My understanding is they wouldn't because it wasn't. Right. You talk on that.
No,
That's your lane.
I mean, my understanding of it, and I've never actually researched this because it's never been something that I've had to sort of deal with. But my understanding of the law with it is that you don't have to disclose that kind of thing because it's not really considered real.
No, not the
No.
haunting.
The haunting, but what about the
death,
murder-suicide?
The death. Okay, so if it is a murder, then yes, you have to.
If it was the,
What if it
was the previous owner,
your
but
murder?
we're an owner forward now. She wouldn't have to disclose
What if it wasn't?
because
Yes,
It wasn't her murder.
It's still knowledge you have of the house, so yes, you
even
would.
if it wasn't that owner. I thought you only had to
Correct.
disclose it if it was on that immediate transaction.
You have to disclose anything you have knowledge of.
So if you get murdered and you come back to sell your house, you have to disclose that. Just remember, guys.
I think if you're murdered, it's probably selling your house is probably the least of your worries. So no, I don't.
Not really. I mean,
if you're murdered,
they want to leave
you're
that legacy.
Gone.
I don't know.
Okay, so
No,
they would have
so
to continue to
I would
disclose.
haunt the shit out of that place.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, if I am not kept alive by all means possible, I will haunt the fuck out of whoever pulls my plug. I don't care. Like, freeze me, figure it out. There will be a cure for whatever killed me.
Freeze me.
I will fucking haunt you. But I thought you only had to disclose the murder or death if it was the exact owner, like, in that transaction. I mean,
It doesn't matter if it's that exact owner. You have knowledge of it. So just.
I don't know if I'm asking my question
Yeah,
correctly.
no, I think you are. But my
like
point
it's
is,
one generation removed, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
but that doesn't have anything to do with it.
But because you know, you have to tell.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So say you bought a house and you knew that there was a big plumbing leak
Okay.
before you owned the house, and you decide to sell it after a year.
And you didn't
You
fix
still are going to. Well, I mean, even if you fix it, you're still going to disclose that. You found out from the previous owner that there was a plumbing leak. You know that there was a plumbing leak. You have probably documentation of the plumbing leak. So you have to still disclose that within a certain period of time, and that's 4 years.
But
So-
only the murder-suicide. You
So
don't have to disclose the ghosties.
No, you don't have to disclose the ghosties. You don't even have to disclose the suicide. You have to disclose a violent act, like murder. But if it's a suicide or a natural death, you don't have to disclose it,
Oh,
technically.
okay.
Yeah. So that's the type of death that happens that you have to disclose.
I wonder why you have to disclose a murder, though.
Because it's a violent thing. It probably relates to like maybe people thinking there's crime in the area or something like that. So if you
Well, I feel
have
like you
sort
would
of-
disclose it as a murder-suicide if that was the case, because then
then
at
there's
least
not
it was like,
outside crime.
oh, there's
Yeah.
like outside people coming in
just
murdering
domestic
people. It's like,
violence.
oh, this
Now,
guy's just an asshole.
I will say that I've had 2 situations where we've dealt with suicide being in homes that I've sold. And we have gone ahead and disclosed that because of the fact that
Because it could be haunted?
no, because it's the right thing to do. Like there's ethical, moral like rules to selling, and there's legal parts,
Yeah.
and then there's sort of ethical, moral parts. And my explanation to my sellers in those situations is we could not disclose it, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But here's my advice is go ahead and disclose it, because what's going to happen is we're going to go under contract. They're going to go through inspection. They're going to find out from a neighbor, and then they're going to be pissed.
And if they're looking for a reason out, they could.
Or if they're just ooged out by it and don't want to buy the house,
then
then
you go
we've
through that
wasted all
process.
this time.
Yeah.
And we've probably cost you money, because every time you go back on market and you go to a second contract or whatever, typically you're losing money.
Yeah.
So go
Even
ahead
if it's
and
so much as
disclose
like
it.
having to roll into another mortgage payment, right? Like somehow you're losing money.
Yeah. So go ahead and disclose it, and that's really kind of the right thing to do anyway. And it's the better way to do things.
I mean, because ethics matter.
So what
Yeah.
have been your experiences with having to sell with a suicide? Like, does it change things
did
drastically
you like
when they
lose?
find out?
Did you lose buyers?
Yes, it
Wow.
does. It does affect it. And I'm probably going to get reamed for this in comments or something like that about the podcast, but I feel like suicide is. I know there's mental illness involved and things like that, but it's also such a selfish act, because you don't understand all the ramifications that come from that one act that you're taking.
Mhm.
I mean, you're costing your loved ones so much. I mean, tens of thousands of dollars probably, because we have to go in with a lower asking price, because we know that our window of buyers is narrower, because there's people that aren't going to want to deal with that being in the home.
So what you're saying is you should not
Don't commit suicide in your
because
house.
you're going to lower your property values.
So not only do you have to
That's
come
what
back
you just said.
when you're
Yes.
murdered, you
Yes.
have to come back and disclose it. When you commit suicide, you have to come back and disclose and be like, I'm a selfish asshole.
Exactly. No
So-
offense if someone that you love committed suicide. They're not necessarily selfish assholes, but it does affect
But only if they
things.
own a home.
Y'all.
We're
Like,
so
this is like a
bad.
serious like mental health thing here. Like nobody does that
I'm not
when
laughing
they're
at mental health.
We're
when
not
they're
laughing,
okay.
but it's the truth. I mean, it is the
It is.
logistically, it is the reality that
My
it
family's
does.
dealt with it in
I-
extending circumstances. It is. I mean, the impact outside of just like
It's
you,
such a ripple effect.
It
There's
is.
so many things.
but they're
And
not
not just
okay.
expenses,
They're not
like
okay.
so
They're-
everything's changed because
right,
of
but
it.
they're not
Mhm.
making
No.
the decision.
I
the-
understand. Yeah, that's true.
Someone
Yeah.
doesn't make that decision. It's something that they lose control of. Anyway, so haunting.
Anyway, okay, so haunting.
Hold on,
We-
time out. First off, Kate, do you believe in ghosts?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Heather, I know you do. So
I
this is
have-
why- this
we
is-
do. We
I
don't
have
but like
asked, listen,
like Slimer out of the toaster kind of ghost.
no,
Oh.
like the
spooky, like do things. This is how much I believe in it. My husband is 1,000% anti-ghosts. Like he's like,
Really?
it's
So there's a difference between he and I.
it would never. Oh, he's like, it would never happen. It's fake. It would never be a thing. All this stuff, and he like constantly, no, 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 no,
Does
no,
he
no.
believe in aliens?
And then probably not. In the same breath as he's telling me that, I said, I have a serious question for you. And he's like, okay. And I said, if you die first, will you come and haunt me, please? And he's like, are you kidding? I'm like, no, I want you to fucking haunt my ass. Like, I want you to be like, lights
I still
on.
want a piece of ass in the morning.
I said, when I marry my much younger,
Imagine having sex with a ghost.
when I marry my much younger, like even hotter husband, after he's died, I want him to be in that bedroom, like banging on the wall, flashing the lights, like, what the fuck
Can
are
I
you
haunt
doing?
you when I die?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to be haunted. I
So
feel
here's
like it would make me feel so comforted.
I do think that our goal should be if one of us dies before Mark, we should make him a believer in ghosts by haunting him.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That
That's a good
is
plan.
the addendum to the
Good
agreement.
plan.
He did agree to
Addendum.
haunt me if he died first.
Okay.
So even though he doesn't believe in ghosts.
Fancy contractual
Yeah.
language there.
Let's do it. You should write
Addendum
that
to the
contract up for
agreement.
us.
So let's go back
can
to the
we sign
question
a
real
blood
quick.
oath?
The question. So, like,
This
how do you
question-
handle this? Because, like, she, like, legitimately, this is an issue for her. They're trying to, I mean, they're only 9 months in. It's not good to buy a house and 9 months later sell it. I
Nope.
mean, they're going to take a financial hit more than likely, especially given what the last 2 years have been.
I think they just learned to love the ghosts.
I do too. I think
Yeah,
they,
but what if the ghost is, like, tormented and, like, I mean, throwing stuff and, like,
Sage the shit out of that place.
exactly. That's what I was just thinking. Come get not a stager, but a sager.
sager.
Maybe I can, like, take a
But
class on that and add it as a service.
You
I
should
can
have
say-
that as an add-on service.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I need to
Bring
take
your
a class.
smudge stick and
I believe in smudging. I could, like, take a class on it and learn how to smudge.
Can I just say too, related to this, I definitely believe in energy in houses. There is a
we talk about the
we've
good
talked
juju
about
house.
that.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
there is bad juju and good juju, and I will tell you, the houses I have the most challenge selling are from divorces, from people who are unhappy in the home,
When there's
from
child to parent adult abuse.
like any kind of issues.
You're not picking up on that one. That was yours.
What? What?
Okay.
What?
Anyway,
I don't know what that is.
we'll talk about it later.
Okay. Okay. Table that.
I'll
yeah,
table that
but
for another day.
There is definite energy in the houses, and buyers can feel it from a
Yes.
mile away. They really can.
But and you pick up on it real quick.
You do. Absolutely.
So, in relation to this, when I read this write-in, I found a fun article. It's pretty short, but it's sort of an interesting take on it, and it answers some of the questions, and it has some kind of like spooky suggestions. So, I'm going to read just parts of it. It's entitled, Think Your House is Haunted and Want Out?
Oh.
And this is the other reason that I liked this, because author Grady Hendrix has ideas on how to sell it. So the author's first name is my son's first name. So anyway, this guy Grady Hendrix, he wrote a novel. It's a fictional novel, but he did a lot of research on it to write the novel, which is where the article comes in. And it's called How to Sell a Haunted House. And essentially there is a death inside of the house, and the woman, her parents die unexpectedly in a car crash, and she runs into trouble selling her house. So the story's following through what has to happen, etc. There's a brother involved, all this stuff. But the article's really fun. They talk about how when he was writing the book, he started researching people, and half of Americans, it says one recent survey found that half of Americans believe their house is haunted.
Wow.
Half?
That's a
Yeah.
really high number.
Yeah.
I'm calling bullshit on
The
that.
lady who wrote the article, which if you'd like to speak with her, her name is Annie Nova.
Okay,
I'll
I'd
put you
like
guys
her-
in
Can I get her
contact.
phone number?
We're calling your numbers into question.
Yeah. So yes, she said that half of Americans believe their house is haunted. So his response, which I thought, I really like their conversation here. He's talking about how most people believe that their house is haunted, or they've lived in one at some point.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay. That's a
That-
different question.
That's a different statistic.
Because I would be on the side of, I think I lived in a house that had some ghosts at one point.
yes.
Well.
So one of the cool things is one of the funny things that she asks is, what are some of the things that people have told you about living in a haunted house? So I think this will kind of tie into what we were talking about earlier, like some of the things if anyone's experienced anything. And he says their hauntings often seem to follow their personality. I would have people who'd say, "Oh my God, our house was haunted. It was terrible. This ghost was attacking us and we had to break our lease and move." It's this really intense experience for them, and they're very intense as they tell it. And then I'd have someone who'd say, "Oh yeah, our house is haunted, but the ghost is pretty chill."
So if you
So like they're saying that the ghosts take on the vibe or the persona.
Yeah.
Who
That
lives
makes
there.
that makes a lot of energy. It makes a lot of sense.
does
'Cause you
make a
bring
lot
your
of energy.
and you bring your energy into
Right.
Yes.
Like you put out what's inside of
conversations.
you.
Yeah.
Like if you're miserable inside, you are a see you next Tuesday out to the world.
yeah,
Yes.
totally.
See, I censored myself.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I think the same thing is true when you go through haunted houses. So I've recently decided that my 11-year-old daughter is my haunted house buddy for life. Because-
So you like to
No.
go to them?
Nothing phases her.
Oh, atta girl.
She is completely chill. She walks through these haunted houses and she like tries to make friends with all the spooky people. And so we go through this house. We went through this haunted house with her. We went with some of the girls from her cheer team, and the older ones are all freaking out, like throwing themselves into walls. They're so freaked out.
Drama
They're
queens.
like 14,
They're drama
15-year-olds.
queens.
Yes.
Yes.
But my 11-year-old is walking through and she's just like, they're like yelling in her face. And she's like, "I love your costume. It's so slay." And
She hasn't gotten to the teenage drama queen stage
Yeah.
yet. She's
Oh,
11.
I love
It's
her.
coming.
they just
Believe
stop
me, it's
Love
coming.
her.
And
I've
look
got
at
a
her.
16-year-old.
and try again. And she's just like, they one of them was like, "Wah!" And she looks at him and she goes, "Bah!" back in their face. I mean, it was
That's
so
funny.
great. So anyway, if anyone needs a haunted house buddy, go
He's a
with
good
Sadie.
one. Okay, she'll keep you chill.
She is. So we would have a really fun ghost, I think, if we got haunted.
Probably.
Because we're like, we laugh and we joke around a
Yeah,
lot in our
I think
house.
we would have a
so I
fun
feel like
ghost.
we'd have like a fun, like pranky ghost. Like you'd be like dropping water on us or putting like powdered sugar on like a door jam or something. It'd be
I
funny.
could see myself being cool with it for a little while, but then I'd be like, okay, playtime's over. Stop.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
you'd
I'd-
have a
I'd have-
serious ghost.
I would have enough of it at one point.
Yeah, you'd have
Like,
a
stop
serious
moving my
ghost.
shit around.
This isn't
Stop throwing
funny
water
anymore.
on me. I'm already ready to go, and now you've thrown water on me, and I can't go anywhere right now. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, it would get old.
Yeah,
Like, just leave.
it would.
It's fine.
I
It
would
would-
need two ghosts, one for both sides of my mood.
Personality.
Yeah,
Maybe you could have.
Maybe I need like
oh,
four
you're
for
Jekyll
each
and
of-
Hyde.
each of
Hey,
my
hold
personalities.
on. If ghosts take on the personalities of their owners, maybe you would also have a ghost with multiple personalities. You could just have one ghost,
What are
three
you-
different
what are-
flavors.
What are you implying right now? Three?
Three.
What's that one ice cream that's three flavors?
Neapolitan.
I always say Napoleon.
Napoleon.
That's not Napoleon ice cream.
Okay, what's the other thing he's saying?
Oh, he just has some really interesting things.
Keep reading them.
She
Yeah.
asked, okay, there are so many stories about haunted houses. Why did you turn your focus to the selling of one? He says, cleaning out someone's house after they've passed away. You're dealing with the smell of their shampoo, the dent in the sofa cushion where they used to watch TV. And it's not just the physical stuff, it's the emotional stuff, the memories, the scars, the unfair things that you've always wanted to talk about but never did. Selling a haunted
Wow.
house was a nice way to address all of these things in one handy package. So,
Gotten kind of deep.
yeah, exactly. Okay, here's a good one. It's not, I don't think it's as deep as that one. When did our fears of haunted houses begin? So he's done some research on haunted houses. The first recorded incidents I saw were in the 1730s and included property values crashing because a house was supposedly haunted. But in the latter part of the 19th century, you had a huge number of haunted house sightings that coincided with this building boom out in the suburbs. The suburbs started to really expand then, especially in London and some American cities, with property developers throwing up houses basically overnight. A lot of the houses were poorly constructed and would start to fall apart. You would hear mysterious noises as your walls slowly gave way. You'd get mysterious cold spots because the building wasn't weatherproofed. Then some of these houses would become uninhabitable, and so you'd have a block full of nice houses with this one haunted-looking house at the end that had been abandoned for 20 years. So I guess he's saying like that's where all this kind of folklore started.
It is not folklore.
Well, yes, I agree with you.
Okay.
I
Just so we're on the same
I love the
page.
ghosting. Also, can we get back to I love the idea of ghosts and all that stuff, but that is also a reason I have never lived in a used house.
A used house?
It's not a used house.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
not a thing.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
And I'm supposed to be like the bougie one, right? Don't
Right,
you
that's what's
think
so
that? I'm like,
funny.
no.
But when you dig into it with homegirl here,
Oh, she's way more bougie.
like she won't even
than
take
I.
a normal Uber.
No,
A
I
normal
won't.
Uber? She has to have a luxury Uber?
Uber Black.
Uber Black. Okay. I mean, maybe it's worth the extra money.
It is. They don't
No.
talk to you.
They don't.
And they
I
don't
don't like
smell
it when
bad.
they talk to you.
They
Okay.
don't, it doesn't
Okay.
smell bad, and they don't talk to you.
Just
They
put
only
your earbuds in and they won't talk to you.
they still smell. You have nose buds.
Sometimes.
Stick some nose buds in. Walk in there with like one of those clips on your nose that you wear in the swimming
I'll
pool.
put 2 tampons in, like
I need a
clean, unused tampons.
picture. I need
What
a
was it?
picture of that.
I'll
I need a picture of that.
do it.
We've done that before when like
Tampons?
with nosebleeds. Have you never seen that?
No.
Oh yeah. We get like if girls get like kicked in the nose and their nose starts bleeding, like you literally put a tampon up there and it makes it stop bleeding.
You've never heard that?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
I feel like
Okay,
there's so much we need to teach you.
Yeah. I
Cocaine,
feel very
nipple
sheltered.
tassels, tampons in the nose.
Okay. Back to the article.
Oh, okay, hold on. I'm trying to look to see
If there's anything else?
if there's anything else really
I feel
exciting.
bad. Okay, for the person that wrote in though, I feel badly for them.
Yeah,
I
because
really
they're
do.
they're
Oh, yeah.
legitimately bothered by this and they need to get out of their house. And
They either need to get out of it or they need to figure out
surely
sort of some.
they've
so-
tried something. Surely they've tried to like smudge and do all the things, like make nice with the ghost. But think of it, it's a murder suicide. This ghost is not okay. Now, to your point, they
Which
take
ghost
on the.
is it though?
I don't know. Either way, if you murdered and then killed yourself, you're not okay. And then if you were killed by someone, you're not okay. Like you're not a happy person.
I mean, maybe you're forgiving. Maybe it's like they were mentally unstable and I love them. And
But whatever this ghost is pissed though because
All
they're
these
throwing
great
things.
Yeah, they're
things,
throwing
right?
stuff and everything. So
I'm-
is that because of the homeowners that
I'm
they
trying
have?
to
Positive.
recover
Trying
us
to be-
from
I know, 'cause you guys
before
went
when
down
we
the
offended
suicide
half
thing.
of our audience.
Yeah.
More than half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, but is the
Over
ghost
half.
taking at least 50%? Is the ghost taking on the persona of the homeowners? Are they super uptight and like throwing shit and freaking out? Or is the ghost like tormented from how they died or tormented from life?
Maybe what they should do is just get them some counseling because you always say that about me. Maybe they just get a counselor up in there and like counsel the ghost and everything's fine. They can just live together in
Counseling's
peace
a
and
big
harmony.
deal. There's nothing wrong with counseling. And you should.
Let there be peace on
Oh
earth.
my goodness, what is happening?
How
What
is
is
that
happening?
relevant? But like, can we bring in and like try to like make contact with the ghost? Can we try to like settle the ghost?
I
But
would just
I think
try
she just
s-
wants out.
I would just try some things first. Now, I mean, the other thing is, I feel badly for them not only because they're having to sell or they think they have to sell really quickly, but also because like, can you imagine not wanting to be in your home or being scared of being in your home? I mean,
Right.
that is so
Because that's supposed to
sad.
be your safe place.
Exactly.
So, okay, let's go to like the reality of like selling it. Do they have to disclose anything like that?
No, just the murder suicide part.
They,
What
Is
happens?
there any reason that they should?
It's
Okay, while
It's
you're
tough.
thinking,
And-
yeah.
what happens if they come for a walkthrough and somebody like hurls a knife at them
Exactly.
like as they're walking through the house?
exactly.
They probably won't buy it.
That is a
Or they'd
Probably
be
won't
like,
buy it. They'd be
"This
like,
is
I'm out.
awesome.
If it was Sadie, she'd be like, "Mom, let's buy it."
Mom, I had like an epiphany while we're recording this that maybe instead of doing all the things that she says she's going to do, she's going to be a medium.
Who?
Sadie?
Yeah.
So have you guys ever gone to a medium or gone and like had your like tarot cards or like
Mm-mm.
any of that?
I've always wanted to.
I have
I
two.
me too. We should totally do that. Let's go.
We should do it. We should
Yeah.
do it on location. Or we should get a tarot reader as a guest.
Here.
That is a great idea.
Does anybody
I
know
love
one?
that
Oh,
idea.
we should.
I used to never do it because I was raised Catholic and told that like I'd go to hell if I did it. But now I'm
but
like,
you're still going, so why not just read your cards?
I'm fucking going anyway. So
I
let's
mean,
just buckle up and go for
That's
it.
what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
you're
Like
fucking
we're
giddy up.
already going.
I feel like it's like just extra information.
Okay,
There's
so
nothing
can we
wrong with
do
it. It's
that?
just extra info.
How do we do
Let's-
that?
I don't know.
Wait,
Let's
Who
do it.
knows
make
one?
that. Let's make that a thing.
Let's make
knows
it
one?
happen.
And we'll make it
I don't
happen.
know one, but let's make it happen.
Okay.
Maybe we have a listener who can.
But we need like a real
write in.
one, not a fake one.
No, yeah.
They're all
We're-
real, right? It's all real. Everything's real.
I do
I
always
saw
wonder
it on the
though,
internet.
when you see like those palm reading thing, like,
Yeah, like the
little
palm
shops
reading.
or whatever. I'm always like, if you're good at knowing like what the future is, just go buy a lottery ticket, dude. Like, why? Why would you just be
I feel
in
like
a
there's
corner
limits
office?
on the future.
Why would you be in like a corner little shop, like this little podunk shop?
Because she wants to
if
share
you know what
their,
the future is.
because the person wants to share their talent and and passion.
Well, they could share their talent in $1 million
like
home.
it's like the
I could help
genie-
them. I could help them buy it. It's fine.
It's like the genie in Aladdin, right? Like you
Like-
can wish for all these things,
but you can't wish to
for
be
this.
but you can't
Maybe
wish
it's
to
like
be the
that.
genie.
Like you can know all these things about the future, but you cannot win the lottery.
Okay, maybe
that's
that's,
just
a
one
rule.
of
Done. And then they
That's a
take
rule.
away their medium powers.
okay,
Oh.
so let's put this in some. We
and
need
then
to,
they're just smalls.
So are they called medium? Mediums are just people that talk to the dead.
Nobody laughed at my joke. Thank you.
It's funny.
So it's not a. So
Funny.
do we want a medium or do we want like a
A tarot card reader.
tarot
We
card
want a
reader's
tarot
different.
card reader.
Yeah, it
a
is
medium's like the
talk to the
ghosty,
dead?
like
I don't think I could handle that.
that's what I was saying. Like that's what Sadie should be because she's not spooked by them. So
Yeah.
she just go in and be like, "Bitch, what's your problem?" And she'd be like, "Look, I got murdered by my husband." She's just like, "He did too."
You just outed
Just
yourself that
be
your
okay
11-year-old
with
says
it.
bitch.
Oh, she would totally say it. Probably at 11. But we
She
won't
would.
put her on the podcast. She would. She is something. We should bring her on as a guest.
Bring
The
one
her
day.
sass is
Can
strong
We
I
should
in
bring
that
our
one.
daughters. We should bring our daughters.
Okay, can
on.
I tell you
idea.
something real quick?
Actually, my daughter can't hear the way I talk on here.
I was listening. Yeah, exactly. I was listening to our latest episode when I was driving to pick
About
her
the
up
bean
from
bottles?
school. Yeah, yes, the bean bottle episode. When I was driving to pick her up from school, and she's talking, and on my car, the display, if I'm listening to a podcast, it shows the picture, right?
Did she call me emo?
No.
Because
No.
she says I'm
No.
emo in my pictures.
She was telling me about her day, and then all of a sudden she's on her phone, and she's like, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna listen to something." She put her earbuds in, and I looked at her. I'm like, "What are you listening to?" And she goes, "Your podcast." And I was like,
Oh.
"I'm not sure you should listen to my podcast." And she goes, "Oh, Mom, it's fine." I'm like, she's like, "Why not?" I said, "Because there's some
Because
maybe
Miss
like
Rebecca is
adult-
not
there's some
appropriate
adult
for you.
language on there, and maybe it's not really kid appropriate." And she goes, "Mom, I'm not really kid appropriate." And I was just like, "True,
Own it, girl.
But there are some things you may not want to know about me that I've said on the podcast that you're now going to hear. So we'll see."
Did you let her listen to it?
I don't know if she listened to it or not. I don't.
Carissa, it's literally your job.
Carissa.
Hey, it was my job.
Here we go.
I gave up on that job. I have other jobs.
Quit.
I'm done. My kids will.
I will not.
listen.
I will not let my kids
I have
listen.
learned that multiple things I do in this life are going to send my kids to therapy. So I might as well
Yes.
just like
Oh.
rip the
100%.
Band-Aid off and be like, that was
agree.
it. I know
I-
what it was.
I literally tell my children, I'm like, tell your therapist when you're in your 20s, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
Just, like,
pay for
about
some of your
this issue.
therapy.
Like,
It's
go
fine.
ahead.
So I'm sending my kids
Oh,
to
I'm not
therapy,
paying
and I'm
for
going
it.
to hell. So I might as well get the tarot
I'm
card
not
reader
paying
here.
for it. I will say my 16-year-old thinks it's pretty cool that we're doing the podcast.
Well, that's
and the video.
awesome. She'll
She
know
likes
about
it.
me and my vibrator, but now my 11-year-old's going to know about it.
How about the picture of the vibrator you showed me this morning?
Oh my God.
Oh,
what
I had to show Heather that one.
Stop.
It's so
Okay.
funny.
are we
Anyway.
done?
It's the Power Rangers.
No,
what are
no,
we
we
doing?
got to talk. Has anybody had any spooky stuff happen?
Okay, so when I was little, I lived in an old house in Illinois, and I was about 5 years old, and I swear to God, I saw ghosts. Swear to God.
Like how? What,
What
does
did
it
they
look like?
do?
So I was in bed, and I used to get really scared at night because the house made a lot of noises and stuff like that. So the house always freaked me out. And so my mom was actually sleeping with me in my little twin bed in this bedroom, and the
Sounds
bedroom.
uncomfortable.
No, but I mean, it's your mom. You're like all cozy.
Twin bed.
So
though.
yeah.
My parents sleep in a twin bed together when they go camping.
So my
weird.
my room and my sister's room were like adjoining, like it just had a door in between the two rooms. And so I woke up and I saw this woman in a rocking chair in my room, rocking, and she had an art easel in front of her, and she had like a little paint palette thing, and she was painting, and she was
I
kind of
bet
like
that was
she
good
would
painting.
she would she would like back up. She would like back up and look at it and then paint some more. Y'all are making fun of my ghost
No,
story.
I'm not.
No,
I've
I'm
got questions.
listening.
I have follow-up questions.
I'm just
I have
embellishing
chills
it
even
for you.
talking about it.
I'm embellishing it.
You're embellishing.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
Plug. Shameless
So
plug.
she was kind of painting and doing this, and then there was a man who I thought like was her son that walked in from my sister's room and looked at the painting with her.
The timeout.
And
Who was the previous owners?
I don't
Wait,
know.
let her finish her story. I want to hear the rest.
So I'm like, of course super freaked out. So I wake up my mom and I'm like, Mom, oh my God, Mom, and I'm pointing to the corner of the room, and my mom remembers this happening because it freaked her out too. Because I told her, I was like, Mom, who are those people over there? And she remembers it, and she's like, there's nothing over there. You're fine. Da, da, da. And she got me to lay back down. And then I laid back down for like a second or two. And then I looked back up and they were gone.
But your mom didn't see anything.
Nope. Mom didn't see anything.
They do say that kids are
Kids
are
and
the
like
ones
dogs
that
and
see
stuff
it.
that
Like,
see it.
Yeah,
they
Because
see it.
kids aren't.
We're more open to it.
The minds are still open to it. They're not so jaded and blocked
Mhm.
off.
You're not told that ghosts aren't real.
Well,
like,
and
it's just a thing,
we're all
like,
fucked
it's
up as
there.
adults. Like we're of so much damage that we're like our brains can't see that.
Well, and I would like to say that those two ghosts were very chill. So I must, if I'm gonna have ghosts around me,
That's
they're gonna be
awesome.
chill.
Or is your mom chill?
My
I don't
mom
know.
was like dead to the world, so I don't know. It's like,
But don't you want to like go find that house and find who the previous owner were and see if like was there like a mom and a son?
it'd be cool to
Like,
go
do you know the
research it.
address?
I could find it.
Let's
yeah,
do this.
I did a.
We have homework. We have a lot of homework after.
Can
today.
we take our medium to the house?
Ooh,
In Illinois?
Yeah.
Field
Road
trip. How fun would a road trip? We'd need a driver though.
Yeah, we would. My husband would drive us.
Can I drink champagne?
Probably.
fun.
We may die because he drives really fast, but
But we would.
he would drive us.
I
and
have
we
to
wouldn't
say,
have to.
I like a guy that drives fast. Like it
Oh,
drives me
do
crazy
you?
when. Yes, I do. I actually think that's really an attractive feature. Like you know what
This
you're
is
doing. You're
so
in control.
weird.
Is it?
I know. It's just so
Because
random.
do you want to know how I ride in the car?
Like this.
Like this. Holding on to the handle, the oh shit handle, like, oh!
Okay, so I told my ghost story. Do y'all have any?
I don't. I've always wanted to be haunted, but I never
I've
have
always
been.
wanted to be on jury duty and get haunted.
Me too.
Oh, see?
I've never done either one.
I almost got on jury duty once,
Ah.
and then I was like cut like one person before, but it was like a child rape case, so it was good that I was on it.
I never even like I got
Are you gonna cry?
I was so excited.
You look like you're gonna
I
cry.
finally got summoned. I
Yeah,
finally
I've
got
had one
summoned
summon.
like 4 years ago. It was 2021, 2 years ago. And I finally got a jury summons, and I had already planned to take I had a vacation that I was taking, and I was surprising my kids to take them to Universal. Like I had it already booked and planned and everything, and we were leaving like
So you couldn't say yes.
We
to the
were
jury.
leaving
So they
that
let-
day.
they
But
just-
you
they
can't
let you
say
be
no
dismissed.
because of vacation.
well, but I could say no that I was the sole caregiver because they were being
Yeah.
homeschooled at the time. So I could
Yeah,
say like
that wasn't out.
they didn't have they didn't have childcare. But I would have done it and found them childcare if I could have done it. But I was leaving like that day to go to Florida to take them to Universal. So I was like so bummed. And my kids were like, why are you so like why can't you do jury duty? Why are you so upset? And I'm just like,
Oh, shut up, children.
because I couldn't tell them because it was a surprise. Anyway,
Oh.
I almost
Yeah.
got to do it.
Jury duty. And I've never like, I have like a few moments of like after my grandparents passed of like feeling them, like having moments of like just with all four of them actually, well, all three of them, excuse me, like having these moments of like where I feel like they're like really with me
Mhm.
and like whether it be like just like literally a feeling or like a thought or like some sort of, but I've never been like haunted or like had some sort of like supernatural, and I really want one.
Mhm.
You know, it'd be really cool
What?
is if the ghost haunting this place would like fly something across the table right
Like-
now.
right now.
Like knock over Kate's drink.
Bring it on.
Do it. Oh shit, it's thick.
It's not working.
So
Yeah.
jury duty and haunting.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
better than vibrators and cocaine.
Yes.
Disagree.
I totally agree. Much better.
disagree.
Much more comfortable with that
Spooky
conversation.
season.
Spooky season.
Yeah. I don't know if we helped this person that wrote in or not.
I mean, the reality is she shouldn't disclose it, and if she wants to sell her house, she better get on
She-
it and
yeah,
do
she
call
doesn't need to
Heather.
disclose it. Yes,
Yes.
please call me. I'm happy to help in Heath. I like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. We'll signed off. Happy to
Heather
help.
is
I
happy
will
to help
stage.
in Heath.
I will stage a haunted house. Fuck, that would be fun.
But they keep moving it around. You'd get pissed.
would.
Okay, I will. Okay, I want to tell you guys something too. When I was a kid, when I was 8 years old, I was in second grade. I went to go see in the movie theater the movie Poltergeist. Why?
Why?
Anybody let me do that? Why
Where
the
was
parents?
your mom?
I was with a friend and had permission to go, and we went. And I was so freaked out for like 2 weeks. I could not sleep. I was so freaked out. And I tell you what,
I would have been that mom.
letting you
Sure,
go.
go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So the part that really freaked me out, this still freaks me out to this day because I think it's something that like could really happen, that you would walk in and have this happen, are all the cabinets and drawers open in that kitchen. Have y'all seen it?
I've
No,
never
There's
seen
I
a
don't watch
part
scary
of it
movies.
where the haunting is starting to happen and they kind of think it's cool a little bit. And the mom walks in the kitchen and everything is all open. Like, and she just left. Like,
But
It's
that's how
probably
my
because
kitchen
I
looks
walked
because
back
I
into
never
it.
I never close cabinets.
So my daughter does that, where she like
Leave
will leave all the stuff open all the time, and I always joke with her. I'm like, you're freaking me out. You're bringing me back to my poltergeist years. You have
So
to
that's
stop.
why it trips you out? Don't ever cook dinner with me.
I hate the drawers and cabinets being open to this day.
Now I want to watch
Hate it. Yeah, you have to watch it. It's I've watched it like, I don't know, within the last couple of years. And of course it's kind of cheesy because of the, special effects and stuff like that. Of course,
It changes after.
Oh, and the house is so fun to watch because the house was like a really nice house at the time. And now it's like, what the hell is happening with that house? Like it's
What
ugly
year?
and not like maybe 83, 84.
Was when it came out or when it took place?
Yeah, same.
Okay.
But it's interesting to look at the house and what was really thought of as being really nice back
What
then
was
and stuff.
high-end
It's
or what was
fascinating,
Especially in the 80s.
Yeah,
The 80s and
Yeah.
90s were the worst for homes.
yeah. So I highly recommend if you're looking for a scary movie. Since we're doing, Poltergeist is it's really a pretty cool movie, and the cabinets and doors part oogs me out.
So hopefully we're helpful. Like, if you
Yeah.
guys try to make friends with the ghost.
Yeah, make friends.
Especially
with
if you
them.
you got a good deal on a house right now.
Get a sager. Our
Yes.
stager right here can help you sage
I'm gonna
Sager.
find a
as
sager.
well as stage.
Do my newest skill set.
Awesome.
All right, ladies.
Okay. Thanks for joining us this week on the Dwell Well podcast. We'd love to hear from you. You can submit your write-ins at www.dwellwellpodcast.com. We can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you next week.